Hey guys, Alex here from Homeschool of Bel Air with
Evelyn.
And Evelyn's going to be turning, how old are you going to be turning?
5.
5. So she's going to be starting kindergarten this coming fall. So I have been super busy cleaning and reorganizing our schoolroom. I'm not going to show you guys that just yet, but I did want to take a break from all my cleaning. I wasn't going to film this today. I look a hot mess, but because I just put everything away in her work boxes, I wanted to go ahead and give you guys a sneak peek into our curriculum picks for the next school year. Now, if you're following me on Instagram, I gave you guys a little show and tell a couple days ago. But today I already organized everything in her work boxes. I might pull everything back out and show you guys and go a little bit more in depth with some of the curriculum picks. So we're super excited to be starting kindergarten with Evelyn. She did drop out of pre-K, so kindergarten's almost going to be like almost like a brand new start for us. She knows that she has to do school with us, right? And she has to do a good job and no more slacking off. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn you guys around and show you guys all the curriculum picks for her. Okay, so this is Evelyn's little workbox system here. In a different video, I'm gonna give you guys a little quick tour as to how I rearranged our schoolroom. I'm not gonna do that today because I'm not done. But Evelyn's workboxes, they're right next to my Trofast where I used to keep all her tray work. I am utilizing the tray work for something else now because I don't usually use it for kindergarten. I usually like to jump into the workbox system. It just works out easier for me. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is just kind of go down the workboxes and show you guys the different subjects that we're gonna be covering this school year. So one of the first things is writing and penmanship. Then we have phonics and reading. We have her sight words. We have vocabulary. Then we have words through wear, word study. We have phonics. We have reading, math, science, and social studies. Now reading and phonics is in reading. Not necessarily, they're not different. There's just different curriculums that I'm going to be using. As far as, I guess I'll get more into it once I start showing you guys the curriculum. So let me go ahead and show you guys the writing and penmanship. Okay, so for writing, we're going to be using or sticking with Handwriting Without Tears. This is the level K book. This is letters and numbers for me. I'll give you guys a little flip through. I know a lot of you guys have probably seen this. You guys have probably already used it. I tend to really stick with the Handwriting Without Tears is what I've used since the beginning. And I really do enjoy the way the letter formation is introduced in these books. So we're going to go ahead and stick with Handwriting Without Tears. So with Handwriting Without Tears, I also have a little black chalkboard. And she also has her little container with her chalk and her eraser. Okay, so for phonics and reading, I'm going to go ahead and do the McGraw-Hill reading again. This is something that I used with Adrian when he did kindergarten with me. I absolutely love this curriculum. I love that it's a work textbook. I love that it comes with the little phonic readers are built into it. So it's just super simple to go week by week doing your activities and your phonics and blending and all that good stuff that comes with phonics and reading. Now this time around, I'm actually really excited about it because I was able to prepare ahead of time with this. And when I used it for Adrian, I didn't know about some of the supplementary type work that you could actually find for this curriculum. And this time around, I was able to actually find it on eBay. I found the McGraw-Hill Reading Practice Book. And all this is it just goes lesson by lesson. And it just gives you extra supplement work for every lesson that you cover. So it's just extra activities that you can do. And obviously they follow along with the lessons shown in here. So I'm really excited about that because felt like sometimes I was looking for supplement work, especially when it came into the phonics, when you started some of the blending and started beginning reading. So I'm super excited that we have extra supplement work for those lessons. So that is what I'm going to be using as far as phonics and reading. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump into sight words. So as far as sight words, this curriculum here introduces one sight word every week. And that is what I was talking about, how I'm actually kind of excited that I was able to prep a little bit sooner than when I did this with Adrian. So what I did was I went through the whole table of contents here, and I wrote down all of the sight words that are going to be introduced in the whole entire book. And I made a list. I put a list together, and then I made my own sight word workbook for Evelyn based on all the sight words and the way that they're being introduced in the book. So now I don't have to go scrounging around looking for worksheets and different activities for the sight word. I put my own little workbook together. So that's going to make it so much easier. This sight word workbook follows the sight words introduction, or the sequence that they introduced it in this. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, so let me go ahead and move on now to vocabulary. Okay, so for vocabulary, I've never used this before, but I came across it at a used bookstore and it was brand new and I got it for $2. So I figured, I skimmed through it and I really did enjoy the way some of the lessons are explained and how colorful and pretty the book is. So I went ahead and got it. I did have to order the teacher manual and the big cards that come with this. I'll show you guys that on another video. I've never actually used a vocabulary program with any of my kids, but I'm actually really excited about this one. Evelyn has a great vocabulary, but I feel like this is almost going to extend her vocabulary. So I'm really excited about this. So this is what we're going to be using for vocabulary. I'll give you guys a little skim through. I might actually do a review video on this program on a later time and show you guys all that it comes with. The next drawer is phonics. So this is just something that I got as a supplement. I just figured it'd be a nice little break from worksheet after worksheet, and it's a little bit more of a hands-on approach to just the letters and the alphabet. So I got her this to almost just kind of start off the school year. This is a Dot and Learn Journal alphabet, and this is from Lakeshore Learning. So this is one thing that I got for her. Okay, so for phonics, I decided to go with Explode the Code, and I'm not going to start her with the beginner books. I decided to start her with level 1, and then I also got 1.5, 2, and 2.5. I don't know how far will get into these books. We'll see if we can finish all of these 4 and move on, hopefully. The reason I decided to get 1 is because I didn't want to start these books at the beginning of the school year. I'm probably going to start these books whenever, with these books, we begin blending. And I want to say it's like a month or 2 into the school years when we actually start to actually put the words together to blend and start beginning reading. That's kind of when I want to start these. So, we'll see. Like I said, we'll see how far we can get into it. I just feel like it's just going to be extra reinforcement and extra just fluency work with the blending and the letter sounds. And I'm really hoping it works out. Like I said, I've never used this curriculum, so I don't want to give you guys too much information on it. I think I will eventually do a review on them. My son is going to be working out of these also for his 2nd grade school year. And I will show you guys those on his video. But like I said, I've never used these before, so I can't give you guys too much information on how they work or if they are going to work. So we'll see. I'm sure you guys will get an update sometime, later this school year. Next is reading. So for reading, I've always gone with the All About Reading program. This is a blast off to reading. I've used it with both my boys. I feel like it's an excellent program. They are now selling the color edition, which seems so weird to me because I've been so used to seeing the black and white version of it. But I'm really excited to start this with my daughter. This too is something that I don't start until usually December or January, only because I like for my students to have a really good understanding on blending and have their letter sounds completely down before I start this program. I've seen a lot of people start this in kindergarten. I've seen a lot of people start this from the beginning of the school year in 1st grade. I just don't. I feel like it's just easier. It's less of a headache if I started when my student has a complete understanding on blending. So it just saves me a lot of heartache and stress. So with that being said, like I think I've said it in the past, this is something that we always start after Christmas. So I have it out for her and it's in her drawer, but we won't be starting this till later in the school year. Okay, next is math. Okay, in her math workbox, I do have a couple things. I do have her numbers tracing book. This is just something that I printed out. It was free and it was through the Teachable Teacher. And it's just going to be something that we use for reinforcement to make sure that she knows how to trace her numbers and she has her number formation correct. So that I just stuck inside her workbox. Okay, so for her actual math curriculum that we're going to be using is going to be the Macmillan McGraw-Hill Texas Mathematics. This is the kindergarten level. This is something that I had come across at a Goodwill a long time ago, but I found the Spanish versions of them. Well, I was recently at a consignment homeschool store out in Houston, and I ended up finding the English versions of it, and they were super inexpensive, so I went ahead and got it for Evelyn for her to use for her kindergarten school year. So this is something, I'm not sure if it's Common Core or not. It is something that is used in regular school. I did like it from the beginning, how some of the math concepts are taught. Now, it is something that I feel moves rather slow, which I think is perfect for Evelyn, being that she did quit preschool on me. So a lot of the concepts that are being taught in the beginning of this book are basic, same and different, and I believe, let me open it up to the beginning. So you basically start off with comparing objects and sorting. It moves rather slowly. You can also, you have less than, you have more than, and then you move into actual counting to 5. And then I believe, let me look at the table of contents. I forgot how soon in you start counting to 10. But I love that it's super colorful. I love that it is, I believe it's by chapter 4. Yeah, by chapter 4, you start counting from 0 to 10. So it, like I said, it moves rather slowly. You do some object patterning. The other thing that I liked about this curriculum is that the lessons are super short. They are just one page. So for instance, this would be lesson 3 and it would just be front and back, and that is it. And as you guys can see, it's 2 problems per page, not even 1 problem on the back side. But what I did like is that you can find a completely free downloadable PDF of supplement work for this curriculum. This isn't the cover. I created my own little cover here. So this is for book 1. And you're basically following a lot of the same topics that are being taught in here. And all this is you get to reteach the lesson that you learned in your actual textbook. And then you get to practice your skills that you learned. So for each lesson, you get 2 extra pages of supplement work. And like I said, it's just a free PDF that you can get, and it goes hand in hand with this curriculum. I don't know that you would be able to use this by itself or with any other math curriculums, but it follows the sequence in this curriculum here. So again, this is volume 1, and this is the supplement book for volume 1. And then we have volume 2, and then I have the supplement work for volume 2. I just haven't homebound this particular book yet. So that is what we're going to be using as far as math. And it might seem like a lot, but it really isn't, because like I said, the lessons here are super short. They're super short, and this, just like I said, gives you 2 extra pages of supplement work, something you can do on the same day, or you could even extend 1 lesson to 2 days. It doesn't really matter. I'm kind of excited to work out of this book. I feel like it's something that Evelyn's going to truly enjoy. Okay, so for science, we're going to go ahead and stick with the Science Fusion program. We've used this before. I used it with my boys, and I'm still using it with my boys. Obviously, just not the same grade level. This is the Texas Science Fusion level K. Now, these are work textbooks. So this is a workbook and a textbook in one. That's why I love it. The lessons are super short and sweet. They are straight to the point, which I like, because I feel like until they get older that we could actually do science with all 3 of us together, or all 4 of us together. I prefer just to work out of these books, because I feel like they're so young right now. Even if we did a more advanced science and I had my daughter doing science with the boys, it's going to be something where I'm going to be doing all the work for her. And I feel like this is just so much easier. A lot of it's just circling. It's just highlighting, drawing, which I think is just super kindergarten appropriate. So I love it. I think it's so cute. It's nice and colorful. Like I said, a lot of the lessons are super short and sweet. We only do science and social studies once a week. With Evelyn, I don't think she's going to be doing it on Friday when I do science and social studies with the boys. I'm considering doing science and social studies with her on Mondays. Just like that, I have time to really sit down with her and do the lesson, because on Friday, I feel like it's so teacher intensive. I'm also considering having Evelyn do school only Monday through Thursday. We'll see how that works out. So we'll see. We'll see if that works out fine for us. I still have to play with our schedule a little bit more. So yeah, so this is our Science Fusion. I don't remember if I've done a review on this. If not, I will try to. I do have the kindergarten, first, second, and I believe now I have the third grade level. So maybe I'll do a review on these. I don't know if I have. So let me go ahead and move on to social studies. Social studies, this is the first year that I do a kindergarten level social studies. The boys, when we started homeschooling, we did I want to say it was a first grade level. We started with the first grade level. So, and I had both my boys on it, and that worked out fine. But with my daughter, I decided to go ahead and get her a kindergarten level social studies. So this is My World Social Studies. It is a Texas edition. It is part of the Pearson Company, and it is called Here We Are. This here, I can't remember where I got it. I want to say I got it through Amazon. And I had done a little bit of research on different kindergarten social studies, and this is the main one that kept popping up. So I went ahead and went for it. I liked it because it's set up very much like the Science Fusion, where it is a work textbook, and it's super simple because it is a kindergarten level. It is super age appropriate. The lessons, again, are super short and sweet. A lot of just circling, drawing, matching pictures. So it is very, very much kindergarten appropriate. All it really is reading a little bit of the lesson. Then obviously your student just has to either circle something or draw something. And it's real simple. I might actually do a review on this only because I do, probably before she writes in it, I might actually give you guys a better flip through. But yeah, so this is what we're going to be using for social studies. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a few of the supplement work that we're going to be using to teach a lot of these concepts. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the supplement work that I have set aside for Evelyn for this next school year, and things that we're going to be using just to kind of reinforce some of her phonics and beginning reading and all that good stuff. So the first thing I have here, and sorry, I had to take you guys off the tripod, and I also had to turn my AC on because it gets super hot up here. So I am sorry for that background noise. So the first thing is just her name practice sheet. This is just something I put together for her on PowerPoint. She still has trouble putting her name in sequence. It's something that I was working with her on during pre-K, but like I said, she just kind of quit on me. So we're hoping that she can pick up her name practice. We also use blocks, and we also use magnet letters. So there's going to be something that she gets to trace Mondays and Tuesdays, and then Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. Hopefully she could free write her name. And I went ahead and put this in one of these little protective sheets so that we can just kind of reuse this throughout the school year. The other thing that we're going to be using is if you guys haven't heard about this little reading program, you guys have to check it out. It is the cutest little thing out there. It is the Dash Into Reading program. And it comes with 10 little readers. And I know she is now working on set number 2. And I'm real excited when that comes out. The little readers pretty much teach you different letter sounds. I mean, you can pretty much just use this for the whole reading program if that's what you want to do. So basically you have different letter sounds that you have to practice. You get your sight words. You start to blend some of those sounds together. You start to actually put those sounds together, and then you start forming words. And then you basically, as soon as you complete this, you can basically start reading the books. So I believe that's how she sets these little books up. You also get little printable packets that you can use to go along with each book. This is a packet for book number 1. There were also some little paper dolls that came with it. I don't know where Evelyn left those. I did print those out for Evelyn, so I don't have them here to show you. But they're super cute. So this is going to be something that we're going to be using to just kind of, I guess, start practicing whenever she starts learning how to blend and put sounds together. We'll go ahead and start these books. I had tried starting them with her, and she just was not comprehending. So we'll start them up again this school year. So I'm excited about that. So again, to just kind of reinforce letter sounds, letter formation, I'm going to continue to use these two little packs that I've been using with her. They seem to be working fine when it comes to letter formation and beginning sounds. So these here are something you could actually buy off of my Teacher Pay Teachers. This one was stained pretty bad. I don't know what she used on here, but I couldn't take it off. I've also done whole video on how you use these and how you can use them in your schoolroom. So we're going to continue to use these just because they're simple and I have them out already. The other thing that we're going to be using, and this is going to come obviously once we start blending and when we start beginning reading, are my phonic cards. This is another thing that you could actually purchase on my Teacher Pay Teachers. This is something that I put together just to kind of help out with the beginning sound and then beginning blending and putting the sounds together. This is going to be another thing that we're going to be introducing again this school year and just kind of helping her with the beginning blending. So that is that. Another thing that I'm going to be introducing is the Hooked on Phonics beginning reading. This is for ages 4 to 6. This is something that I used with Adrian and it really did help him out. The way that I use it, I've never used a CD-ROM because it's never worked on my computer. We basically use the audio. So the audio CD, I set it up on a little CD player with the headphones and it goes through all the beginning, the letter, the sound, and something that begins with that letter. So you basically just listen to it, go through each one of these, go through the letter sounds. Once you get all this down, you can start the book. And again, the whole entire book is on the audio. So this, I always used it as like independent work. So I would just kind of set it up with Adrian on it whenever I was busy with Vincent. And I am intending to use it the same way with Evelyn. So you basically go through the book, you put the audio on, and you can start with the cards first. Once you get the cards down, then you can start doing the book, and you start with track number 4 with this, and it goes through all the letter sounds. And then after that, again, you kind of go into the tracks. I think, yes, so track number 11, no, it's before 11. Track number 8, you actually start to blend. So you start with the the t, and then you start at. And a lot of this, again, is on the CD. So I consider it independent work because it's something I can just set her down and she can do this and listen to it and start beginning reading. So the book here comes with obviously a few different activities, and then it also comes with 5 different readers that you can start to read. Adrian really enjoyed this. This is the only book that I have, or the only set that I have for the Hooked on Phonics, but like I said, it worked great with Adrian, and I'm hoping that Evelyn enjoys it as much as Adrian did. So yeah, so that is it. That is what I have as far as Evelyn. It might seem like a lot to some. It might seem like, you know, not enough for others. For me, it's something that I feel like it's going to work perfect. I'm pretty familiar with some of the curriculum picks that I picked for Evelyn, so I feel pretty confident with the way that certain things are going to be taught, and I feel pretty confident with the school year. So that is it, guys. If you guys have any questions, please feel free and leave them down below. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.